So here we are again, and in this lecture we're covering another issue that I was encountered, which is in audio buffer. We're going to do another quick example and we'll listen to this audio now in a second. What we can see here in front of us, I've got Ableton Live running. I've got two channels taken in, and what I've done I've used loopback to bring in Tractor and the output from Launchpad, which is being streamed across our good old Studio Mux and in through loopback, joining them together so I can match them up as a sound card. So essentially what we've got is Tractor and we've got Launchpad. Tractor, Launchpad. These are obviously playing in sync or close to sync, and that's the issue at the moment. So what I'm going to do is just take back down the Tractor a little bit here for a second. We've got two links. These links are obviously Tractor and we've got Launchpad, alright, being streamed through Studio Mux. So essentially what we've got is we've got them working in tempo, we've got them playing together, we've got them synced up, okay? And of course, just as I say that, they go do a bit of a wobble because ScreenFlow is taking up an awful lot of processing power on my machine at the moment as well. So what we're going to see is, we're going to go into our preferences, and in underneath the audio section, what we're going to see is we have latency and buffer size. Under the buffer size, we've got 512 samples. What that's doing is taking 512 samples of both audio streams coming in per second. That's a lot of work, okay? But the problem that we have is if we drop the buffer size, we are going to reduce our audio quality for ourselves. So what we need to do is keep the audio quality as high as possible, but we're going to drop down the buffer size sample so that we're taking less samples per second of both streams, and hopefully the synchronization will become tighter. Let's give that a go. To my ears, that's definitely tighter. We'll move on a little bit. 128 samples. And that definitely sounds tighter. What happens if we go to 64? Audio degradation. So what we're fighting here is we're fighting audio degradation, we're fighting keeping everything in sync, and we're trying not to have too much of a buffer size to make too much processing on the machine so that it gets a wobble. What we want to do is offset one against the other. That comes down to your processing power. That comes down to just how much stuff you have running on your machine at the same time. This is very intensive. When we get to the higher end of things, we start stitching things together. All of this is very intensive on your CPU, on your GPU when it comes to the visuals and so on and so forth, which is why we need multiple hosts. This machine is trying to do everything here at the moment and it's wobbling like mad, so it's not doing it well, especially with ScreenFlow running at the moment and doing screen recordings as well. So that's the issue. You'll hear it much better yourselves if you've got a higher quality machine. Check it out. If you do have any problems in terms of synchronization and getting everything to glue together, this could be the issue. Check into it. I'm making you aware of it because it was an issue for me. But if you do balance the buffer size, especially when ScreenFlow is gone, I do find that it does make a big difference, and I find that everything is much tighter without losing audio quality. It can definitely be done. Keep an eye on that. If you've got any issues, hit me up in the forums. Until then, we'll talk in the next lecture.